Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Good Morning Soul. I hope you're all having another beautiful blessed morning. Prayer hands, the emoji. Anyway, today, if you are not familiar with what I've been doing for the past couple episodes, I've basically been recounting my vacation to Orlando, Florida, and I guess I don't want to say I'm doing reviews of every park, but I'm doing videos about each one, kind of to act as a time capsule memory, because Magic Kingdom was the one park I went to when I went to Florida a couple years ago when I saw WrestleMania, and it wasn't. We only went for so many hours, it was a one-day thing. It didn't really give me the full experience, but now I have that. And I wish I had made a video back then, So this is going to be my one little video about the Magical Kingdom and talking about each of the rides. So Magic Kingdom was our final trip there, and we went all out. We even did, because it's Christmas time. So in Christmas, I guess, if you want to see the fireworks, you have to buy this like Christmas Mickey's Christmas Day, whatever the fuck thing. It costs extra money, of course, but you get to stay there till like 12 at night. So we were there from like 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. So that's like 15 hours in one park. And it's the smallest, I don't want to say the smallest park, but it definitely kind of felt like the one park that didn't have everything going on. And I think we went on pretty much every ride, minus like 10% of them. And 5% of those are like really small kid rides. And a couple of these rides I have been on before, such as Space Mountain, and, well, I want to say I've went on like half of the rides before. They got like a Monsters Inc. ride that I went on. There was this really cool Mickey's, it was like a 4D movie that was like really fucking cool, and it's basically the orchestrate version, in Fantasia, he has a little, or not Fantasia, but whenever they try to have like the mythos of Mickey Mouse with the wand and his little Fantasia outfit, he was like an orchestra. What is the word? The person who handles the orchestra, concerto, whatever. He was dressed as that, and basically Donald got the wand and had to control the universe and was going from Disney movie to Disney movie. So it went from like Little Mermaid song to Lion King song to an Aladdin song, and they're all in 3D, and seeing Aladdin in 3D is fucking weird. And that's, last time I went, that was my favorite ride, even though it's not really a ride, but it's better than we'll talk about that in a sec, but it's better than a lot of the actual rides, because a lot of the actual rides are animatronics, and a lot of the animatronic rides we stayed away from, just because, like Pirates of the Caribbean, it's like you're on a small raft thing and you get to look at puppets moving. That's the whole ride. Same thing with It's a Small World. There was like this jungle cruise ride. It was the exact same thing. The only one I went on again this year was Pirates of the Caribbean, and I saw It's a Small World this year because I didn't get to do that last time. And they had a Peter Pan ride, same thing. The cool thing, though, with those rides, the cool thing is it's like you get to kind of relive the movie in like a weird way. Like that Peter Pan ride, even though I haven't seen the movie, you are in the machine you're riding in is like you're flying high above England with the clock tower and everything. I'm gonna look really dumb if it doesn't take place in England. I haven't seen the movie. So that's basically all the major like animatronic rides. There's like this Tiki Torch one. These are like rides that have been around for decades, and they didn't have the technology that we do now, but they keep them around for like classic reasons. And then a lot of the actual rides still kind of suck. Like they had this Snow White and the Seven Dwarves ride. It was like a coal miner thing. It's a tiny little roller coaster that like runs by like an actual recreation of the house from Snow White and stuff like that. And I've seen that movie now, so it's a cool experience, but it's like I don't want to wait in line for like an hour for that kind of shit, Oh yeah, and you also get to meet characters. Last time, the only characters I met were Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. This year, I met Stitch and fucking Buzz from Toy Story. Weird combinations. Last year, or last time we went, I know we saw one of the princesses. I think it was Meredith, who was just chilling, but we were too late to meet her. Which, again, I gotta give props for all these fucking people who orchestrate this thing every day, because it literally feels like a tiny eternity that you're stuck in here. Like a beautiful little eternity, but like just seeing them do like the parade, like they had this whole dancing show. It was crazy the shit they do here. Fucking fireworks, people zip lining. Which before I get to the finale, I should talk about each of the other rides. Space Mountain, really fucking cool. It's probably the most extreme ride. We got fast pass for this, so whereas last time I remember being in that line for like an hour and a half, this time we went right up to the front, and it's probably the most fun ride. You're basically in the dark on a roller coaster with just little illusions of light, kind of making it look like you're in stars. Obviously, probably my favorite ride. If I didn't count the 4D movie. But that's like a different kind of art. It's not like one you physically get on, you know? Not to say that roller coasters aren't art. I don't know, it's weird. I just don't value that as much as I do like a really cool 4D movie. Other than that, though, I'm trying to think of the other big rides that are a part of here. There's this whole Tom Sawyer area that we didn't go on. There's one ride where we got in line and they closed it down as we were halfway through. That was kind of bummy. Big Splash Mountain, we did not go on. My girlfriend does not like to get wet and ruin her hair. That seemed to be a constant theme whenever we saw water rides. Pirates of the Caribbean, by the way, is a really cool ride, despite it's a like animatronic thing. There's like other really small rides. There's like one where you get to go through the story of the Little Mermaid. Like I like the ones that tell stories. Those are really cool. There's this area where you get to meet Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and another one where you get to meet Ariel. Like they're not only rides. Like it's like you go through this entire area, and with Belle, it's like an interactive story. Like she reads a story. It's like Belle's story time or something like that. It's a weird one. Then there's a lot of smaller ones, like there's like a Alice in Wonderland teacups, Aladdin flying carpet. Those are really small, minuscule rides. Oh yeah, It's a Small World. I didn't even like give my thoughts on that. It's despite being a little bit racist, and I don't mean racist because they got like Asian characters with just black lines for lines, because I don't want to get into that can of worms, but racist in the sense that they're trying to boil down all these cultures into like minuscule things, like, oh, well, Japan's or just Hawaii is obviously just gonna have hula hoop girls, or I cannot talk today, the hula hoop girls, but you know what I mean. So that ride was kind of fucking creepy. The way it's illuminated in there, and the like amount of times they say it's a small world over and over again. It's a little bit creepy. I can see why they made fun of it in Shrek. Other rides though, not a whole lot of big ones from my memory. I'm trying to like recount them all really fast, so like I'm blowing through them really fast. Like, you're here all fucking day. You are going to forget some rides. And plus we went to 2 other parks, so it's all jumbling in the back of my head. They do have little things like the Muppets showing up out of nowhere and doing this little bit. Oh yeah, the Haunted Mansion, which we didn't go on this year. We did last time though. It's an alright ride. Other than that though, I think that's all the big ones. They did have this. Oh yeah, there was this Buzz Lightyear, like one of those shooting ones that you can do, like an on-rail shooter theme park ride. The Monsters Inc. one, it's like a live comedy thing. It's hard to explain. Believe that's all of them. What I really want to talk about was the finale, which consisted of you watch the parade, which is literally every Disney fucking character you can think of on floats. They have a song and dance thing, which they all do in front of the castle. Incredible amount of talent going into that. Every single day. Twice a day, actually, because they did it twice. Then there was the fireworks show, which was before the fireworks. They had Elsa from Frozen light up the castle in ice, and then they had the fireworks show, which was a completely different theme than last time. Last time it was about wishing on a star and all this, and this time it was more about the holidays and being with your family. That was crazy, the fireworks show, and that was basically it. As far as like the cool restaurants and stuff they go to, they got fucking, what's his name from Beauty and the Beast? What is his name? I'm gonna look it up. Beauty and the Beast character. What is that guy's name? We didn't get to go to his tavern. What is it, Stefan or something? Gaston's Tavern. This is the second time I wanted to go into his tavern, but we didn't get to go to that because instead we ate in Beauty and the Beast Castle, which was a little bit of an upgrade. It was very nice in there. You have to like make a reservation, and even though it's still just like a cafeteria, like an upgrade cafeteria, it's still really cool. And it's crazy how you still are able to kind of get like this unique experience despite how many bodies they have to fill in through this whole theme park. And with Universal, it kind of felt like there's so many things to do. That's why there wasn't as many people in the rides, because they're just, despite that, the fact that there's hundreds to thousands of people in this theme park, they're being scattered around and there's so many distractions that they're everywhere. Whereas Magic Kingdom, it's a lot more claustrophobic in there. It's really like, that's why I got sick from being here, which I hope you can tell that I'm a little bit better now than when I did the other podcasts. But it's really claustrophobic, and you wait in these hour-long rides to go on a ride that's like 5 minutes long. But the crew are immensely talented in filing you in and out of places and still having a smile on their face. Again, there's a lot of evil corporateness that you can feel oozing on your body as they're charging you up the ass for all these things, and then shoving this evil this positive message down your throat despite all that. But at the end of the day, it's still a cool, fun place to go to. I will say I want to wait a good amount more years before I come back, because I really got my fill for it this time. I don't think I need to come back here anytime soon. But and by the way, if you have kids, don't fucking take them to Disney until they're fucking old enough to remember it, okay? It wasn't as bad as last time, but the amount of people with strollers and whatever reason they think they own the entire street because they have strollers. That's not how life works. You and your fucking kid. Ugh. I hate people sometimes. But it wasn't as bad as last time. I will say, like the fireworks show, you have a lot more room because the majority of the park is filled out by that point. So if you ever want to go to Disney in early December when it's not busy, or as busy I should say. It's always busy. When it's not as busy, and you can hang out till fucking 1 in the morning if you want. I don't think you can stay that late unless, well, I guess you could. You just hang around in the shops until they force you to get out. Anyway, it was a really cool time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching as always, and until next time, with that, I leave you.